Many say that success leaves clues. So today we're going to be talking about the tips and tricks for successful retirement. And who better to talk to us about it than Patrick Hart, who's the president and founder of Concierge Capital Management. And Patrick, you guys are all about growing, protecting, and distributing your wealth. But frankly, these days, it's even harder to hang on to it. Am I right?
You're not kidding. I mean, it is hard to have what I would call a successful retirement these days, at least on the outskirts. I mean, 2022 has been a tough year with all this inflation and rising prices. So it just seems like more and more people are asking for help with creating a successful retirement for themselves.
And something I want to kind of point out to you that we were chatting about is I see people having to work into their 70s and 80s, and not just because they want something to do with their time, but because they have to, because they didn't have that plan in place. So let's say I come to you even at the ages we are, 30s, 40s, like we feel like we got a lot of time, but you always say it's never too early to start planning.
Yeah, absolutely, because here's the reality. Retirement is a really big deal. You get one shot at it. So ideally, you should start planning years, if not decades, in advance to make sure you get it right. So someone like you in their 30s, they should start planning for retirement. If they want to take control of their future, they need to start planning. At the same time, if you're 65 and you're knocking on the retirement door right now, now is as good a time as ever to make sure you get all your ducks in your row and create that successful retirement for yourself.
And that's something I love about you is I do feel like you bring this like young, fresh energy to money, which is a topic that frankly is a little intimidating for me. I'm getting educated, I'm learning, I've learned a lot from you, but that retirement part seems so far away. It's hard to say, okay, well, what do I do now? So what does a successful retirement look like these days? What do those have in place?
Well, first of all, thank you for calling me cool. Most people don't call me cool. But a successful retirement at its most basic form is customized to you. It's not the same thing Rand has or Mark has. It's designed for you to achieve your specific goals and get the most out of your retirement. Beyond the customization, I would say it's got to create a comfortable lifestyle for yourself so you're not worried about running out of money as you go through retirement. It should include your dreams and goals like freedom to travel, buy a beach house, those sorts of things. And last, but most importantly, it needs to be sustainable, meaning if you live to 80, the plan's got to make it to 80. If you live to 120, it's got to make it all the way to 120. That is kind of the ideal successful retirement to me.
And so in terms of bringing a retirement plan to you guys and talking through it, how is it that you guys make sure that I have a plan in place, but also that I stay on track? Because I mean, we've all been on like a diet before or a gym regimen, and you get it written out and you feel really good about it and you're going to be in a budget, and then things happen and parties happen and holidays happen. How do you stay on track with Concierge?
That's a great question, Jenna. I would say most people think of a financial plan as something you do once, then you throw it in the file cabinet and don't look at it for 20 years because they told you in 1995 you were good to go, so you're still good to go in 2022.
Right.
That is not the way financial planning goes. What you really need to create for yourself is a comprehensive, tactical financial plan that is living and breathing and that you tweak and monitor along the way. If you have a financial plan already, that's really good. You're ahead of the game. But at the same time, you need to stick to it, just like the diet. You need to stick to it.
Fantastic. So we want to make sure that we have an accountability partner as well as a planning partner, and that's exactly what you provide. Now, let's say all of this sounds amazing and we want to get started. The holidays are right around the corner, so we know that it's a good time to hit that restart button. How can we stay connected with you?
Yeah, this is perfectly filed under the New Year's resolution list.
100%.
Get a financial plan in order for the new year. So the first thing you got to do is get in contact with my team at Concierge Capital Management. We will sit down with you, we'll go through everything you have, get to know you a little bit better, review your tax exposure, and then ultimately create a comprehensive, customized financial plan for you to take away, completely complimentary. So if you're ready to take a hold of your future, do a New Year's resolution for yourself and your finances, get a hold of us.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. Again, make sure you have that number, and it's 904-204-1970. You'll want to save that so you can start saving in the future.